Hey there, dear friends. I hope all of you are having a super happy Tuesday. I have an art and craft supply book ready to go into the shop. I just listed another one called Green Goddess, and I like this Moroccan Indian kind of theme that we have going on. I would love to visit Morocco. I would love to visit Spain. Very blessed to have gotten to visit Italy, my first trip overseas. So there you go. This bead strand is kind of a wild bead strand. Did want to pick up on the colors of this journal, which are kind of a rusty orange, and it's a very unusual color combination, but I sure do love it. Let's take a look inside. I just wanted to remind you guys that we are open to international shipping now, and I'm very happy to let y'all know that because in 2020 we didn't do any international shipping. We forgot to measure to measure her waist. Hold on a second. All right. She is cinched very tightly. She is coming in at about 4.5 inches, but of course when we uncinch her, she kind of spills out all over the place, which is great. It's fun like that. We've got 4 signatures, 4 big fat signatures, y'all. Now that's one signature in this art supply book. Some sweet postcards to start you out. This first pocket, of course, features the 3x3 mini book, has a lot of papers. So whether you are launching into just learning to do collage, or just learning to do art, or just learning to do craft, or if you are a seasoned veteran, my friends, this book has so many things for you to create with. Now, this is one of our clusters. This is a creative cluster. I did not make these. Miss Bev made those. Aren't they the cutest things in the world? This cluster features vintage magazine imagery from like the 1960s. It has a bit of lace. You know, we're always thinking about sizes 4, 5, 6. Rickrack. It has some of these stickable pearls here, and vintage pattern paper as well. So what's a creative cluster? Well, that is just something that you can take right out of the book, throw it on your desk, maybe, have it, play with this during your morning coffee as you are getting warmed up for the day. A creative cluster can take 5 minutes, it can take 15 minutes, it can take an hour, depending on what you want to do to bump this project out. So you can think of it as a kit. That's exactly what it is. I love to curate pages. I will not deny that. So we're going to show you just a little set of curated colored pages right here for you to, this is a 4x6 piece of scrapbook paper, so you can DIY yourself a card. Guys, this is about the Civil War, okay? This was a vintage book about the Civil War. I don't want anybody to get upset at the inclusion of this in this book. I'm very careful about pointing things out that might not set well with you, but I love this photo right here of General Grant. It says Grant receiving the praise of Columbia. I just think that is a really stellar photograph. So, just a little disclaimer there. I picked up these 2 pieces together. Now they didn't go together, but they fell together. Love it when that happens. These are tessellated pages. I did this big masterboard project where I used super vintage text papers to make a masterboard, and then I cut it up and did some collage on it. So that is what that is right there. And you can see that masterboard paper did have this awesome vintage handwritten recipe, which I love. I love things like that. We have lots of vintage text pages. Like I said, this book is open to international shipping. And if you are interested, you can kind of calculate your price and how much it will be to ship to you. I've shipped to Australia and it's about $35. I do charge a $5 processing and handling fee because we have to wait a lot longer in the post office to do international shipping. Sometimes you get down there and it's like the international shipping document that you filled out at home is no longer valid and they just change randomly and there's no rhyme or reason to it. So then you have to stand there again and fill everything out. It's just crazy, y'all. But I'm very happy to be able to offer international shipping after last year. This is from a book called The Body. It's by Time Life magazine, and I really love the illustrations here. Challenger of Galen's Gospel. Galen said blood flowed back and forth like a tide. But William Harvey proved with the experiment below that blood in veins can run only one way, and that is toward the heart. I think that illustration is just super cool. Kind of reminds me of Da Vinci. You know, those Da Vinci notebooks that you sometimes see, illustrated Da Vinci. Another creative cluster here, you guys, and it kind of goes with these two images as well. That's really the fun of an art and craft supply journal, is that you've got images, you've got inspiration, you've got words, scrapbook pages, paper pad pages. I've really enjoyed working with my notebook pages. That's been fun. Napkins for, look how pretty, all of that just goes together. Napkins for collage. You know, we just love, who would have thunk it, y'all? Who would have thunk that? I love the oranges here. Can't believe that just popped out of my mouth. Y'all know the way I feel about orange. Vintage recipe pages here. Each pocket is just jam-packed full of things for you to create with, maybe have some inspiration, maybe have a little giggle. A yawn is a silent cry for coffee. Take risk. Now this is a chippy, and that would be a wonderful journal prompt. Fall in love, another journal prompt. We have art trading coins for you to play with, art trading card blanks, magazine pages, old text pages, altered magazine pages. This might give you an idea right here. Now look at all of this oceanography and all of this blue that we have going on here. Just lots of creative fun. I love maps. I think maps make us think about travel and where we've been and where we want to go. And, you know, even if I was so grateful in June to just be able to see my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, my nieces, my nephew, my great-nephew, so happy to see my sons and their significant others. It was just a grand trip home. And just happy to, you know, to be among the family vibes again. A little bit of yoga for you. I am way off my yoga practice. It's been super hot, and it's really hard for me to get motivated when it is this hot. Also haven't been riding my bicycle. I'm kind of, I need some physical, like, I need inspiration to get back on the bike. Literally, figuratively, metaphorically. Look at all these fun purple, pink hues that you have to work with right here. Again, this is a 4x6 card, so you can make a greeting card. I like this old flashcard because there's a pencil mark on it. This is so beautiful. And the secret garden bloomed and bloomed, and every morning revealed new miracles. Isn't that beautiful? I haven't read that book in years, but I always loved it. You know, when I was a young adult, and even in midlife, I just enjoy reading The Secret Garden. This creative kit is all about the stars and the galaxies and the planets. You know, you could create an art trading card or an art trading coin and use these cool rhinestones, you know, glue them down and use them as planets. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, that just made me have a good idea. More yoga here. Yoga is teasing me. Vintage recipe books. Now the magazine pages are a lot of fun, y'all. You can do so much with a magazine page. You can be inspired by the imagery. You can be inspired by the colors. You can be inspired by the words, by the feelings that they evoke. I love magazine pages, and I'm not going to say that I don't, because I do. I think they are very, very useful. This is a staff. Piece of sheet music there. It says Chinatown, New York. I thought that matched really well with, what did I have that with? Chinatown, New York. Seems like I had something right here, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe I'll spot it later. A home kit. So another creative cluster. This is from Agatha Christie's Cat Among the Pigeons, so it's paired with the kitty cat over here. A little bit of car ephemera, piece of fabric. It gets a little hard to flip. Okay, so you've got airplanes here, postal imagery here, cars here. Maybe that you think about transportation. Do you think about your first car? My first car was a Mustang II that I shared with my uncle, who was away at college most of the time. But when he was home, he drove it. And when he was at college, I drove it. So it worked out really, really well. Oh my goodness, those first cars, first boyfriends, first romance. Goodness. I would not go back to being a teenager for any amount of money in the world. It'd be super cool to have that body, but that's about it. That was not fun for me, but you know, I think that we all have different feelings about being a teenager. I don't know how we got off on that one, but lots of things to play with, y'all. This is a really super cool cluster because there is a necklace in here. So this is the piece of, like, it looks like maybe kind of a sea glass, ocean glass sort of thing right there, tumbled glass. And I did put you a piece of twine in here in case you want to turn that into a necklace. And it does feature sea turtles. Sea glass, that's what I was going for. My friend is making sea glass. She's smashing her wine bottles. She's smashing her wine bottles and tumbling them in a tumbler and making sea glass. I just think that's really interesting. Chris had a tumbler in his, this is a little bit of Da Vinci-ish kind of stuff, in his garage, and it was like, I want that, because I'm going to smash my wine bottles. I think that would be real cathartic to smash something and then turn it into sea glass. I love that idea. This is an example of using notebook paper in just kind of a different way. Now, I did a little how-to on this. I don't call my how-tos tutorials because I really don't know what I'm doing, but we'll call it a how-to. Another sweet chippy that says love you. I love arrows, and this one says lost and found. It is getting a little bit hard to turn, so we'll flip a little quicker here. She is a big girl. And there is the last pocket back here. All right, guys, this book is going in the shop. Again, we're open to international shipping. $42. Don't forget that you got all these fibers and fabrics up here to use in your wonderful creations as well. Thanks a bunch for hanging out with me, y'all. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.